Welcome to the Accountancy Learning AAT Sample Paper Debriefs. I'm Sarah, and in this video I'll take you through the Principles of Bookkeeping Controls Sample Paper 2 Task 1. So Task 1 is all about using control accounts, and Part A asks us to identify whether the following statements are true or false. So the first one, a debit balance on the VAT control account means that an error has been made in posting entries to the general ledger. So it's asking us about a debit balance on the VAT control account. So can we have a debit balance on this account? Well, we can, although it is usually a credit balance because in most transactions we're going to owe HMRC the money. We can still have a debit balance. So HMRC owes us that money, or it's money that we can claim back from HMRC. So that would make the statement false. A receivables ledger control account allows a business to identify the total amount owed from customers at a point in time. So let's check with receivables ledger control account, identify the total amount owed from customers. So all of that matches. Our receivables ledger control account is about all of our customers. It's one figure adding all of our customers together, and it is to identify the total amount at any point in time. You have printed a report which shows the total amount owed to suppliers is £18,504 at the end of March. Your manager is surprised that so much is owed, as only £2,800 was owed at the end of February. He has asked you to prepare a payables ledger control account. Then we're given some information about March, and you can see down here that we've got the payables ledger control account to complete. So we need to have a look. We've got to work out what our brought down balance is. So you can see in the question that it says your manager is surprised that so much is owed, as only £2,800 was owed at the end of February. So the closing balance at the end of February was £2,800. So that's going to be our starting balance. Now we're working on our payables account. So that's our liability. So therefore it's going to be a credit balance of £2,800 to start with. Now we can start having a look at what other information we are given. So let's have a look. Purchases daybook. So this is going to be increasing our liability to our suppliers. And the amounts that we're going to be using are going to be the total amounts. So this is the amount that we actually owe our suppliers because we pay the net amount and the VAT over to the suppliers. So we're going to increase our liability with the purchase daybook figure. Now we've got purchase returns daybook, so that's going to be the opposite. So that's going to reduce our liability. Discounts received daybook, so again that's reducing the liability. They're giving us a discount, so we owe them less. And then the cash book payment to suppliers is how much we've already paid over, so that will also reduce how much we owe them. Now we need to work out the balance carried down, and if we look back at the question, we're told that the total amount owed to suppliers is £18,504 at the end of March. So at the end of the month it's £18,504. So that's going to be our carried down balance. Now this bit here, carried down, is our closing balance. So if we were to put all of this into a T account, and I'll just use the figures for now, so we've got our brought down balance, our purchases daybook, purchase returns, discounts received, and our bank payment. you'd see that our carried down has to sit on the debit side because that's the lower side. We've got more on our credit side than we have on the debit, so to balance them off, our carried down needs to be on the debit side. So our £18,504 is a debit balance on the purchase ledger control account here. You would then also be able to add all of these together, take the debits off, so add your credits together, take your debits off to then prove that that balance is correct. Next, you have printed a report which shows the balance brought down on the VAT control account at the 1st of May is a credit balance of £9,856. The following information is available for April, and you can see there the VAT on transactions for April. There have been no sale or purchase returns during April and no discounts have been given to customers. And the final part of this task asks us to calculate the balance on the VAT control account on the 1st of April. Now with this one we need to be very careful about the dates. We need to work out what the balance on the VAT control account is on the 1st of April. We're given information regarding April, but we're given the 1st of May credit balance. So I strongly recommend drawing out a T account for this. So on the 1st of April we don't know what our balance is, but what we do know is that at the end of April this was our balance, and we know that these transactions happened within April. So because the balance brought down on the VAT account at the 1st of May is a credit, it means that it had to be a debit on at the end of April for the balance carried down. So remember, your balance carried down and your brought down are on different sides. So we can put in that our balance carried down on the 30th of April was £9,856. Now let's put in all the other transactions. So sales is going to increase the liability, so we need to pay that to HMRC. Purchases, we will claim back from HMRC. The discounts received will be on the credit side because we will have claimed it back on the purchases, but we've now received a discount, so we now owe that back over to HMRC. And we've got a bank payment here as well, so that's going to reduce our liability. So we've now got all the figures in there. And we know that our carried down balance on the 30th of April is 9,856. So as we're told in the question, that is also the brought down balance on the 1st of May. So now we need to work out what side is our brought down balance at the 1st of April going to be. So on the credit side, we've only got a total of 6770 here. And on the debit side, we've got 23,436. So we're going to have our brought down on the credit side, and we're going to use that as our balancing figure. So we're going to work out the 23,436 less the 6,770 to give us a brought down balance of 16,660. So we can put that in here, and it was a credit. And that completes task 1.